The Joe Rogan Experience.
It just changes. And I also know that I don't really know that much, and it's different every time anyway. But I really like when you have a loose concept of what you're doing. There's certain parts that aren't going to change much, and the rest you discover. So the first Iron Man, I mean, John and I and the writers, or John and I, we would write. You write a line, I'll write a line, and then we were literally watching the puppies be born as we did it. Frustrating for people who, not Gwyneth, because she can look at a piece of paper and then go, okay, I get it, and she's got it all memorized. She's amazing. But what's for the highest good? Sometimes it's very self-indulgent to come in and hand out new pages or say, oh, I'm not saying that, so feed me that. You know what I mean? You need an environment of respect. But I like discovering things.
How much of acting is managing those weird relationships that you have with these other people that you're acting with? Like you've made some references to people changing other people's lines and not being prepared. I got out of acting for that very that was the thing that I went from a world of stand-up comedy, which are just a bunch of crazy people, to actors, which are a bunch of crazy people but in a different way.
Yep.
And the managing all the different characters and all the different personalities, how hard is that? That seems like that could really get in the way.
Well, yeah, sure it can. And it's like a thumbprint. Every time you're on a new project, it's a completely different, fingerprint. You never know what you're going to get. And sometimes projects seem blessed, and sometimes you could say they're cursed. But again, my Susan Downey, Esquire, was talking about this yesterday. She goes, it's the only thing you can't overcome as a creative producer on a big movie or anything is, in principle, no matter what happens, you can fix it. We lost the light. Oh, the thunder, the weather came in. Okay, he got sick. Oh, she's pregnant. Okay, great. Let's change the costume. You can't overcome personalities.
Yeah, the relationships that people have with each other. Do you meet up before you commit to a role? Do you ever say, I want to meet Captain America and find out what the fuck that guy's really like?
By the way, I love that you think I'd have the authority. Did you cast this guy? All right, let me get a taste of him. I'll tell you if he can stick around.
I'm really interested in doing that, but can we all have a group dinner or something like that?
Yeah.
Can I meet these guys?
My
crazy?
MO is always, let's mind meld, let's get together, let's work weekends, let's spend time together, because you can't replace that familiarity, but so you have to try to build it. And sometimes it happens very naturally. Like, I adore Chris Evans. I can't even tell you why. He's a Boston guy. He's technically such a brilliant actor, but he also doesn't take himself seriously. He's flaky, but he's the first guy you would want to have your back if something went down. And yet we're different enough where I feel like by being who we are and then both having those characters, we were able to, I thought Civil War was a special moment in the arc of the Marvel films about turning one against the other and what it meant. And so sometimes you just get lucky. As a matter of fact, the whole Marvel universe, possibly without exception, just happens to be a really well what do you call that when you put together something curated group of souls?
Well, it's interesting because people take superhero movies seriously now. Like now, superhero movies are films that happen to be about superheroes, whereas, for the longest time, superhero movies were bullshit. The TV shows were kind of clunky. They were campy. It was Batman with the silly pants on and Robin. And
I bought it.
Everything was bang, boom, bang. Remember, you'd see the big boom in front of the screen?
And yet, who was in the first Superman? Brando.
Yes, right.
So there was always a seed of an attempt to legitimize something that was otherwise two-dimensional.
Yeah, Superman was probably the first film that really did that, right? And then Batman.
Yeah.
And then the Batman series. But again, how many goddamn Batmans have there been?